Hey there, Saber fan, Shamim here. I have a new customer commission to show off to you guys. This is the Korbanth DV6, this time with a Prizm sound install. The earlier one I had done just had the Nano Biscotti, so I'm doing a video review on this guy to show off the DV6 with the auxiliary effects of the Prizm soundboard. The DV6, as you may know already, comes with a silver emitter, which I have powder-coated black to match the screen used prop, and it's just a gorgeous hilt. It feels really nice in the hand. It's about the same length as a Graflex 2.0, and it has a very nice weight to it. Feels quite solid. In addition, since my last DV6 review is the inclusion of a DV6 blade plug from KR Sabers, so that's quite cool. And you've got all these little hex screw greeblies all around. You've got your grips, your D-ring, and then another D-ring up here because all the D-rings. So you have two activation switches here. The top one is your main activation switch. The bottom one is your auxiliary switch. So let's go ahead, switch to the first sound font. This is an episode 6 Darth Vader sound font. So all the sound fonts on here are Darth Vader, Dark Side sound fonts, all of them with Darth Vader inspired boots. So here we go. It's a Luxeon Tri-Rebel Deep Red White. You have the light shining through back here through those little window openings, which is cool. And then your beautiful blade plug from KR Sabers. Auxiliary effects, you tap the bottom button for blaster deflection. There are 4 different blaster blocks and then a blade lockup. Because it's deep red white, I only have 2 different color sets on here. One of them is the deep red with the white flash on clash, and the second one is a white blade with a red flash on clash. The white blade surprisingly looks amazing on this hilt. It's a very black and white, old school look to it, which is quite cool. And back to red. Switch to font 2. I believe this is just dark meat, which is still, even though it's a default font package, it's still one of my favorite fonts. So it's a 2-watt high bass speaker in here. It's a full chassis from Custom Saber Shop using the MHS disc systems with the Prizm. And then the 18650 is mounted up in here underneath the switches. And you've got your 7/8 inch heatsink with the LED up in here. Ooh, excuse me. The heatsink up in there. I'm dying. Oh no. Next font.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
This is MPP HD, Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader font. Now listen to the hum as it goes from the low to the gradual high. It's a gradual growth, but eventually it'll go back to the higher hum that you heard right after the ignition, and so it cycles through the low and the high. So it goes back to the high after blaster deflection, back to the low after a clash or a swing. The hum is like, I don't know, 40 seconds long, a minute long or something, so it takes a while to cycle through, but that's pretty cool. So you have the two different oscillations of the hum throughout the entire life cycle of the hum, so it gives a little bit more life to the hum. Next font.
It is pointless to resist.
I think this is Dark Side Relic. Yep.
Dark side.
Should be Ruiner. And then Vader R1. Lord Blakeo's Rogue One inspired Vader font. And back to the Return of the Jedi. Your screw for blade retention is right up here, the second one. You stick your Allen wrench in, loosen it a little bit. Blade plug slides out. There you see your tri-LED. And this takes a 7/8 inch blade. So you stick that in. And tighten that guy. Beautiful deep red LED with a white flash on clash. You take out the blade and I will demonstrate the chassis and the recharge system. Recharge port is located right around here in the clamp. So what you'll want to do is unscrew the pommel first. Since there is no chassis specifically made for the DV6, the two installs that I've done have sort of jury-rigged it all together using various bits and pieces. The chassis won't slide all the way out because it's such a tight fit, so what you got to do is remove now this bottom portion as well. What you'll want to do is you'll hold on to this speaker part as you untwist the bottom grip. This prevents the chassis from spinning along with the grip section and potentially tangling up and damaging the wires. There you go. And then you can pull that out. So there's your chassis holding the Prizm soundboard. Your SD card is right underneath there. You can access it with tweezers. And there's your recharge port. So if you ever need to, you can throw a kill key in there if you just want to have it on display. Otherwise, that's how you access it to recharge the battery. When you're all done, slide that back in. You can do it this way, it might be easier now. And then once that's all tight, and go upside down, push the speaker gently back in, align the threads, and then screw on the pommel. And you can screw that on until it's pretty tight around there or so. And you're all set to go. So there you have it, guys. DV6 with a Prizm install, 18650 battery, 28mm premium bass speaker. Sorry, 20mm bass speaker. Got your 2 activation switches here. Deep red, white Luxeon Tri-Rebel LED, and yeah, internal recharge port. Thank you all so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.